Nice to meet you. I'm Darian. Please have a seat.
Sure.
So before we get started, I just want to go over a couple things.
Okay.
Before our session, you were given an informed consent form.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in that form, it just outlines the basics of our counseling sessions and how those are going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And within that form was a section about confidentiality. I just want you to know that everything that we talk about is going to be kept between you and I.
Okay.
But however, there are a few instances where I had to break confidentiality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to go over those instances with you.
Okay.
All right. So first, if you were to tell me about the abuse or neglect of a child or a vulnerable adult, if you were to tell me that you had the intention of spreading a communicable disease such as HIV,
Okay.
if I was court subpoenaed to give out your information,
Mm-hmm.
okay, as well as if you were to tell me that you were going to harm yourself or someone else, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are there any questions, concerns, things you're not sure about?
No. So for the most part, apart from those things, everything would be kept confidential.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So what would you like to talk about today?
Well, the reason I'm here, I don't really know, but for the most part, I think it's just I've been under a lot of stress. Stress relating to what, I'm not really sure, but I guess it's because I just recently had my birthday and I turned 30, and I guess I'm at that point where I don't really know if I'm going in the right direction.
So this being at this point in your life,
Mm-hmm.
not being sure what to do is causing you some distress, correct? Am I hearing you right?
Yeah. So I guess right now, being 30, I kind of have this like expectation of where I should be, and I don't know if I'm really there, and it's kind of getting in the way of like my daily routine. Mm-hmm.
What are these expectations for yourself?
Well, for the most part, I know that I feel like I should be in a relationship right now. I know I should have a better job. I know I should probably have my own place right now, but I don't. And so those things kind of are, I guess, the main issues right now with why I don't think maybe I'm not in the best place or the place I should be right now.
At this point in your life, you're saying that you're having issues with not being in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
not having a better job,
Mm-hmm.
and not having your own place.
Yeah.
Am I hearing that correct?
Yeah, so those are one of the issues, the main issues, I guess, that I'm going
Main
through.
issues, okay.
Mm-hmm. I guess with a relationship, I feel like maybe at this point, I probably should be maybe either in a long-term relationship, or married. I got friends for the most part that they're already married, and so just seeing them kind of like makes me feel like I should also be in that position. And then with work, right now I'm a receptionist at a dentist's office, and it's not a bad job, but it could be better. I mean, I was thinking maybe I should have, or it'd be nice to have a career, or just a job with a better pay, but it's not really a bad job. It's just it could be a better one.
So this feeling of not being able to be in a long-term relationship, or where you should be in both your job aspect of your life as well as the relationship aspect in your life,
Mm-hmm.
it seems to be causing you the most distress, or is there something else that is causing some distress in your life?
Well, yeah, it's mainly that, but it's also because of those things that I feel like a lot of my issues revolve around that. So like I said with my friends, I don't really get to spend time with them much, just because they're all busy with their own lives and their own relationships. So it kind of puts this like expectation that I should also be in that position. But even with them, I can't really I don't really have many people to hang out with, just because they're always busy. So that also doesn't help. Um,
So I've heard this word expectation a couple times already in the
Mhm.
session, and I'm curious to think about, is it you placing these expectations on yourself, or is it expectations coming from somewhere else?
well, I guess there are expectations that I place on myself, but I know there are expectations that I form based upon what I see other people, um, what they place on me. But I do know that my parents also kind of place this expectation on me, even though they're not really that rude or explicit about it. They do say, or they do want me to already be in a relationship. I don't know if maybe they even want me to have kids already. I'm not sure, but they do place that expectation on me, um, maybe without them really knowing it. But mhm.
You said they're not explicit about it.
No, they're not. So they're good parents. They treat me good. Like they're good people, but and they wouldn't say that you need to either leave the house or get married or have kids. But I guess, as a son, when a parent wants you to be in a relationship. You get that kind of intuitive feeling that your parents kind of expect you already to be on course, or in a certain direction. hmm Just with like little things that they may say, or.
What are some of these little things that they may say to you?
I guess for the most part they'll just joke about it. They'll say like, "Oh, you're not. I'm sure you have nothing to do today because you're not with anyone," and they'll laugh about it. But I guess they don't really know that sometimes it does hurt. hmm
So even these jokes, they think it's okay, but it brings some sadness into you, or it makes you feel sad.
Yeah, it does because, um, again, like I don't know. This is something I've kind of been thinking about for I guess a few years now. I haven't been in a relationship for, I don't know, maybe it was 3 or 4 years. So it's been a while. So I guess there's this pressure. So when they make comments like that, or when I see my friends, like I guess it doesn't make me feel confident. So.
So these expectations that you have for yourself and that you think that your family has for you are causing you to feel pressure.
Yeah,
Correct.
there's this pressure that I feel from them. At least that's with the relationship aspect of it. Then with work, I guess they also kind of put that expectation on me. They know that my job doesn't pay well, so I think they do it in good fun, but they kind of like point that out that I don't have that much money, or I won't be able to really move out just because I'm not making that much. hmm
So not only are your parents having jokes about your relationship status, but also about your status at work, and
Yeah.
that might make you feel not good enough financially.
hmm Yeah, I mean, I know I'm making it seem like my parents are really rude people, but they're good people. I think it's more so like a problem that that I'm creating, but at the same time, it doesn't help. So I don't know if well, I guess I'm not in the right direction, or at least the direction I want to be in, but I guess I don't know what to do or what to think.
What would be that right direction? You said that a couple times that you're not in the direction you want to be. So what is that right direction?
If I'm being completely honest, I guess the right ideal relationship, well, it would be a relationship. I'd have my own place. I probably would, I'd probably be married. I'd have maybe a couple kids. I'd definitely have a better job, and I guess I think for the most part, those would be the things that would put me on the right direction. But like being 30, like to go back to school and try to start a career again. Like I just, plus with the financial issues, I just think that's not really an option for me right now.
This recent birthday has seemed to cause the distress, made you think about this a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I can't say that once I turned 30 that I was then I one day woke up feeling distressed. So it's been going on for a while, but I guess I had that expectation that once you reach 30, or once I had reached 30, I should have already be in this position. So once 30 actually came, I couldn't really deny the fact that I wasn't where I wanted to be. And that's what caused the major distress. So I think about how I'm 30 and I'm still kind of in the same position. So I wonder, what if I'm 35 or 40? Like 30 is already bad enough for me, but if I'd reached that age and I haven't done much, or nothing much has changed, then I don't know. I don't know what I would think. Mm-hmm.
Is it the age 30 itself, or?
I think so. I mean,
that is a pretty big milestone in someone's life.
Yeah, it is. There's the. I guess it would be the age, but it's more so the expectation that comes with it. Just realizing that I'm still not achieving my goals, or I'm not having that lifestyle in which I wanted. So.
It sounds like this birthday, along with the other stressful events in your life, is just causing you some sadness. Am I hearing you correctly?
Yeah. Sadness. I guess loneliness as well. Kind of strikes up as well. Maybe my loneliness is what's causing the sadness, because I don't, like I said, I'm not in a relationship, and my friends are, and I'm not hanging out with them because they're too busy as well, which is understandable, but so, and I guess my parents aren't really, I don't know, they have their own thing, so I'm not really hanging out with them, so I guess in that sense I don't really have many people surrounding me right now.
Okay, Leo, so we only have a couple more minutes in our session.
Okay.
And before we end, I just wanted to know if there's anything that you want to talk about.
I guess, no, I mean, I don't know if we have time, but I guess maybe for next session, if we could kind of just see what I could do or what I should think, that would be a good place to start for maybe next time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Before we end, I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly.
Okay.
So I'm hearing that you're having some distress in your life.
Mm-hmm.
It's caused by work,
Mm-hmm.
not being in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
as well as still living at home with your parents.
Mm-hmm.
And that you're feeling some sadness, and this is caused by your loneliness.
Mm-hmm. I guess also just like the expectations that I have.
The expectations, okay.
That's generally what I'm going through, I guess, right now. Mm-hmm.
Okay. In our next session, I would love to pick up and explore this a little bit more. Do you have any questions or comments for me before you leave?
No, I think that's it.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, see you next week, Leo.
All right. Thank you.
I don't know if that was 15 minutes, dude.
Why, dude?